Welcome to the very first episode of Food and Sex as part of Body Curious podcasts. I'm Jonn Close, somatic sex therapist, counsellor, and formerly a professionally trained chef. And it's a perfect combination, my two passions, food and sex. In this series, we'll be exploring pleasure, intimacy, sex, and the deeply human experience of embodiment. What is it like to really live and feel in our bodies, and how that shapes the way we connect with ourselves and others? Please note that some episodes may include adult content, so discretion is advised. Now, it may sound a little unusual, but today I'm kicking off with something that's close to my heart, my kitchen, my passion of food, and how we can work that into the metaphor of sex. And we're going to explore mayonnaise. How fabulous. Yep, mayonnaise. It's fragile. It's sensitive to pace and temperature. And it's one of the most revealing metaphors I know for sex. It's very sexy, and we love sexy food. If you've ever had mayonnaise split on you, you know what I'm talking about. But you may not have realized what goes wrong in a bowl of mayo often goes wrong in the bedroom or when you're playing, or actually in our bodies. And we often forget about it has to start with us first. We have to feel comfortable and safe in our bodies before we can really be useful and have a lot of fun and surrender and enjoy the experience with somebody else. So let's begin. Here's what we need to make our mayonnaise. I think of the egg yolk as an aspect of who we are in our body. So I'm just going to separate that egg. I use my hands, can't take the old chef out of me. And it's important just to have the yolk and no white. And we'll put that in a bowl. Then I add a touch of Dijon mustard. And I think of this in relation to sex as a spark, the depth of exploring the unknown. Good Dijon mustard. And then the oil. Personally, I like rice bran oil, or you can use grapeseed oil as it's light and quite neutral in flavour. And you can also enhance it a bit if you like it a little bit stronger, your virgin olive oil. And let's think of this as our lubricant. And typically, I use lemon juice as acidity to finish and adjust as required because it all helps thin it out a little bit. And that can look at the consistencies about tension, about limits, exploring how far do you want it to go? Do you want it to be light, like a sauce, or do you want it to be thick? Same as when we're having sex. Do you want it to be really intense? Do you want to slow down? Do you want to be chilled? And it's okay to change limits. And to finish, of course, we need ways, subject to taste, salt and pepper. Now, not everybody wants salt and pepper. It's seasoning, spice. How much spice do you really want when you're having sex? When you made mayonnaise in the past, or if you've never made mayonnaise and you prefer the bought model because it's easier, you'll know it's not what you use, it's how you bring the emulsification of egg and oil together. And that's what makes it all work. And I just want to start off and think of the yolk like your body. It's stable, alive, but not yet in flow because it's essentially sticky, gooey glug. The oil, that's stimulation, touch, attention. And the mustard and lemon, that's the spark, the spice, a moment of connection, acidity, curiosity. The other important thing is that everything's at the right temperature. You've got to feel comfortable and introduce slowly, gently, and attention. And then you get the magic. If not, well, it could break. So let's give this a go. So first of all, I'm going to take a little bit of oil and into my mix. You can see and I'm just going to add a little bit of rice bran oil. And I'm slowly adding it. And let's think of this as we're playing in the bedroom or somewhere else. It could be anywhere. It could be a king's. Let's have a bit of fun with that. So we're adding it, adding. And you go too fast and it splits. And as you can see, the oil and the egg has come apart. But if you go slowly, it actually begins to emulsify. So we can rectify this with mayonnaise. One, we start again. We don't have to start from the very beginning. We don't lose this. We don't have to throw it out. We can actually keep it and we can fix it. with using another egg yolk, which I'm going to show you now, and just slowly bring it back together again. The same is true for arousal, for connection, especially after trauma or surgery, or simply years of disconnection, or actually never having any connection to start with. Just takes time. Not more ingredients, just slow down. So I've got my egg here, and I'm just going to slowly add this back. Most of us learn about sex from porn, Instagram, and a lot of it is about what producers think you should know, or what is the social norms, expectations. But is that actually what it's all about? Or is it what we believe it's about? We're never taught about how to breathe, how to feel, or about sex. That's stuff we're just supposed to know. But at the end of the day, are we just supposed to know? I know my father taught me about the birds and the bees. I was lucky. A lot of people never had any sex education. So we've got to look at porn and Instagram for what it is. It's a fantasy. And when we're thinking about whisking our mayonnaise together, think of it as having sex. I'm going nice and slow now, titrating this together. Titration is when we're noticing, adding a little bit at a time, a little bit like sex, noticing the signals of breathing, letting the body guide the next step by noticing, allowing yourself to ease in at your own pace. But when we masturbate, we tend to go like crazy, crazy, crazy. The average man masturbates in 2 to 3 minutes and it's all over, and all typically in a toilet, in the bathroom, because there's so much shame around masturbation. There's shame around the fact that we're normal human beings. And we shouldn't be shameful. But that is what we learned. It's a learnt behavior. Some people then go to the bedroom and they go like this. They go crazy. They go so fast because they want to get it done, because they don't want to lose their erection, and they don't want to have a problem. So they think, oh my God, I've got to come quickly. But do you? Or is that what you perceive? And what happens if you lose your erection? So what? Go down onto the bed, find something else to do. Kiss, cuddle, do something, have fun. It's not about having to feel that you're incompetent, that there's something wrong with you. It's not ruined. You just need a reset. So let's think about, we've had our fresh yolk, we've slowed it down, we've added a little bit of speed to it. And sexually, this might look like starting again from a place of connection rather than friction, taking a breath, slowing things down, and communicating your needs. Communication is the number one challenge in relationships or even hookups. Typically, there is none. And there's no shame in asking for what you want, saying no, or asking for something different to create safety, agency, and ultimately playfulness. Because many people feel shame when things don't work, whether that's orgasm, erection, lubrication, and how many people never ask for lubrication when they really need it? Because that's shame, or arousal. But it's not failure. It's time to slow down and explore another way, explore pleasure, playfulness. Sex should be fun and not a chore. So let's have a reset. And now when we get it right, it holds. There you have it. It's holding. It's there together. It's come together. Look at the texture. That's the moment of flow. It's soft, it's subtle, it's complete, but also responsive. And I made it quite firm here. I like it firm, but it can still be adjusted. We can add a little bit of water to it to thin it out. I'm going to actually add a little bit of lemon juice, go straight to that. Just a little bit of lemon juice. And that just changes the texture. We're just adjusting slightly. This is what embodiment looks like. It's not perfection, it's presence. So we're going to add now a little bit of pepper, the spice. Add the spice. And my favorite thing in the world is red gum smoked salt. I'm going to taste it. Delicious. Now I'm going to invite you to take a breath with me. Place a hand on your heart or your belly. Close your eyes. And notice what you're experiencing. Feel into your body. What is your body telling you? So what's your sexual mayonnaise like right now? Are you rushing it, over seasoning it, or letting it unfold in its own time? Whether you're recovering from surgery, exploring a new or 50-year-old relationship, or just getting curious about your own pleasure again, or maybe never have experienced pleasure in your body, this podcast, Embody Curious, is here to meet you where you're at. I'd love to hear your reflections, your questions, your stories. You can find more at bodycurious.com or drop me a comment wherever you're listening or watching. Next time, we'll explore making pastry, another delicious metaphor for developing rhythm, presence, and trust. But for now, go gently, go slowly, stay curious. Thanks for joining me. Body Curious podcasts are available or will be very soon on various streaming platforms. Subscribe, like, and share with your friends. For more information and listen to episodes, you can explore bodycurious.com on the Curious Men post tab. And thank you very much.